Greetings, one and all. It is I, Paul Serini, your humble host on Quantum Recall Wednesday night stream test. How y'all doing? So, the workflow here is getting more efficient. Like I'm not joking when I say I do a lot. You can see that I do a lot. And going live right now, my intent was to stream for the first time to my Facebook page. Except in the process of going live, it told me, no, you can't go live to Facebook until your business page is 60 days old. And so okay, I'm not far from that. So as soon as it's 60 days old, I'll be adding that to the list of places where I'm streaming live. I was excited about that. I was like, yes, but I imagine I have 2 or 3 weeks before I hit 60 days. I bet there's a way to go on there and find out how old it is. But it's not cool because I hit the button to go live and that's when it tells me. And then it erases all your announcement data that I had already put in there, which I don't like that. I at least wanted to see the announcement data still there. I had to go and fill that in again. It's okay, though. To be honest with you, I've been working very hard, especially with AI. I've been studying the crap out of AI because I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to start experimenting with something called GenSpark, and I'm going to start experimenting with cloud. I'm getting a whole other computer set up to run cloud, and I'm going to slowly but surely learn these things and try to put them to work for me so that I can hopefully have assistants doing what I'm doing here. I already feel like AI is helping me out a lot with quite a few things. A lot of what you see was generated with AI here and there. Certain videos I have going on in here. Let me give you a look here. See those eyeballs down on the lower left there? That was generated with AI. Actually, everything on the 3 TVs that are not Alex Jones right there, those are all AI generated content. And it was prompted by me, but it was all edited together. It's not all AI on one of those, actually. Let me go back. The one where I'm walking right there, for example, that's not AI. And I'm having a little bit of a problem here with cameras being a little bit glitchy right now, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what changed, and that's concerning to me because I've been just same routine every week, and then all of a sudden it's not working the way that it should, and that's always frustrating to me. Let's see what we have here. I have several recordings I've done here, and I'm going to come in here and delete a whole bunch of them. What am I doing on? Right now is July 22nd, and there should be one in here for this week's show. So where is it? Which one is today? Is July 22nd, and I don't see that in here. June, July 15th, July 16th. I know what some of these are, and sometimes that's been the problem in the past. Cameras start to get choppy when I have a lot of large files recording on this computer. So I'm just going through and deleting some things right now in hopes that will... and this is the stream test. This is the time to do it. Because to me, the big kahuna is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big kahuna. I don't know why. Maybe it just appears here after I do this. So I think I can go ahead and delete all of these and we'll be fine. And I'm going to remove that from my trash can and hope that it opens up. Because in the past, when my hard drive gets a little more full than it should be doing this, because again, these are large file sizes, it starts to get glitchy and the cameras start going whoop, 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 whoop. See, now that's not glitching right there. That's not too bad. I guess I'm pleased at the moment. But I don't want these problems tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to be bitchy about it. But I'm like I said, I've been using AI extensively to make my job easier here. I'm basically trying to explore anything and everything that I can learn to make my job here doing this better and easier. Both of those. More efficient and easier. All of those things, all of the above. Welcome to you. I miss doing the show. By the time Thursday rolls around, I'm missing doing it. But then all of a sudden, like yesterday, I was like on my couch and I was like, oh, holy mackerel, the show's the day after tomorrow. And so I start like compiling videos for it. I start writing ideas down for it. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to stream to Facebook for the first time. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. That's wicked. So I'm going to actually go and figure out how long it is until I can officially do that. And then I'm going to be done streaming to all those like the 4 networks streaming live on those. That's enough for now. But I'm impressed that my internet connection can handle that at 1080p. And that's pleasing. In the other room, when I attempt to do that, it's going to be a different story because I'm streaming on Wi-Fi, which is not ideal because I don't have a direct connection in that room. And so I've been thinking about getting a long cable and stringing it all the way across when I do a show. But it's just one more step. It's one more thing I have to do in order to accomplish the task of streaming in there and knowing that when it's plugged directly, you have the most reliable connection possible. AI. Oh, yeah. So to be honest with you, one of the things I was thinking today is because I have so many things planned with AI, things I'm not even entirely divulging yet, ideas that I'm like, oh, they're doing that. I want to know how they're doing that. I thought about going to a certain conference down in Arizona about something specific someone is doing with AI. I'm like, oh, golly, I want to do that. But I have a feeling I can figure it out on my own. I think I'm savvy enough to figure it out on my own. But I actually want to go meet this person, this particular lady. Her name is Julia McCoy, and she's smart as freaking hell the way she runs her company and uses AI to assist her in her workflow. And so more and more I'm feeling that something in my show is going to have a lot to do on a regular basis with AI, new uses of AI, and how I'm using it. I plan to be like an open book about what I'm doing when the time comes. And hopefully it's going to make my life simpler. I'm not looking to, because my sister tonight at dinner is like, can you come down and help me with the sound on my TV? And I'm like, oh my God, because I've been stretching myself thin editing video and literally studying AI. I've been just talking to Grok all the time about how do I do this? What's the difference between this and this? And it's all AI related. And can I do this job with AI and that job? Give me a hypothetical example of if I wanted to have a workflow building this kind of company, building this kind of product, what can I get the computer going, doing autonomously, doing that? Like publishing a magazine, I was looking at how it gave me an example, like a set list of prompts that I would go through to build a magazine and have a lot of assistance, and also use my Adobe, Adobe subscription. I'm forgetting what the hell it's called. It's the Adobe Cloud thing that I'm subscribed to. I'm looking if I don't have it on this particular computer here. It's on my laptop. But it's my Adobe Cloud subscription with all the I'm subscribed to all their apps. I use Photoshop all the time every week when I'm creating thumbnails for the show. I use AI to generate images to create the thumbnails, and they've become amazing. And this new workflow is going to give me like varieties from several different AIs to choose from, like whichever one I think is coolest, I'll pick that one. But it's really a lot of detail. And when I was on my computer reading about GenSpark last night and reading about cloud and talking about how, what do I have to do to get started doing this? And I began with GenSpark, and I'm just taking very small steps to understand the procedures and the protocols and the things that are possible that I'll experiment with. It involves buying subscriptions and all of these sorts of things. And last night when I was just totally immersed in reading it, my dad called with business stuff, and like it was stuff we already had discussed earlier in the day. and but he wanted to get clarification on some things. But it's like when I'm immersed, I don't like to be interrupted. When I seriously have a flow, I don't like to be interrupted. Like today, I cut a 3-minute video. It was called "Days in the Life," and it was kind of like a video I did on Quantum Recall last week, where I cut a video of just one day, kind of giving you little snippets of each and every little thing I did that was kind of interesting that day. And so over the course of 3 or 4 days this week, I made another video yesterday, and I made the procedure for doing it a lot more efficient. So it was a lot easier to accomplish. It took me less time, and I didn't have to learn certain things in the process, because last week I had to learn how to create these keyframes on the sound file and other various things that slowed me down. But this week, and so repeating that makes me better at it for next week when I do it again. So basically what I'm doing is, if I'm making these vlogs that are essentially kind of like a little bit of a summary of interesting things in my life. Today's featured my drive downtown to the chiropractor. It's New Comic Book Day, so it featured me going to the comic book store and buying a bunch of comic books. It also featured a walk I took on Sunday morning. It featured clips of me getting a tree cut down on the front of my house. It's happening all over my neighborhood, and it's driving me bananas. But so I spliced all these things together, and the goal is to get them about right under 3 minutes long. I don't want it to be in excess of 3 minutes long, because these are videos I'm going to post to Instagram. And on Instagram, they don't introduce you to new audiences if you make reels that are over 3 minutes long. So I make it a point to stay under 3 minutes long. And it's even important to do other clips that are like 15 and 30 seconds, because the algorithm, the longer it gets, diminishes your reach, which is a drag, because I think I make good content. But it's like every week I'm trying to produce one video of one sort or another that winds up being one of my show breaks. I take 2 show breaks, and I take one at the tail end, and that's usually where I'm putting these featured videos. And these featured videos get posted to all the regular social media that I'm putting out there. And to be honest with you, I like that it is content for that. And I was discussing last week how I discovered a very simple, quick way to pluck out the short clips that I want to edit down on my own from the long form files. And it's a very quick, efficient routine. So there have been a few things I've done this week that have really improved my workflow, the efficiency of my workflow. And I'm really grateful for that. Totally. I'm surprised I didn't get mad when I couldn't stream to Facebook, but why get mad? It's like, okay, that's the rule. My page, my business page is under 60 days old, and I'm getting it established there, and I'm going to keep going. So as soon as I'm at 60 days, I'm going to be streaming on there. Here's the goal, okay? It's to do something every single day to improve what I'm doing with my media in one form or another. There's an acronym for it. It's constant and never-ending improvement, CANI, C-A-N-I. I learned that from Tony Robbins, like when I was 19 years old. And that was like one of the first times someone stimulated my brain with the thought of, do something every single day to improve a skill, and you'll see immense growth with all kinds of things. It's the path to mastery, which is another thing. I've read books on mastery, the topic of mastery. Mastery meaning learn a little bit every day, practice a little bit every day, develop that skill. And I've developed all kinds of skills, and I'm on the road to mastery with several skills. And I'm so grateful for that kind of thing, frankly. That's one of the things I express gratitude for when I'm praying, because why not? Certainly, of course, why not? Why wouldn't I be grateful for that? I have about 5 minutes left. What shall I do? Shall I wrap it up now? Shall I keep it short and wrap it up now? I don't know. Every time I pray, I'm expressing gratitude for the quality of my health and life at my age and stage. That's almost a direct quote from one little snippet out of my long form prayer that I say. That's one of the things I say every single solitary day. I have a short form and I have a long form. And in the short form, which is still kind of long, when I'm passing out on the couch at night and I want to pray before I go to bed, it's kind of long. And sometimes when I'm so groggy and so exhausted, I can't even think straight. And sometimes I'm passing out on the couch and I get up, and when I start praying, my mind stirs up. And then when I go upstairs and put my head on my pillow finally, I'm all wound up and thinking again. But, you know, that's just the deal. I mean, like, praying is a centering activity because it's bringing me back to many pillars of things I need to lead a stable life and to keep myself in check. And so it's like someone might say, well, you're saying all these redundant things to God. And it's like, you know what? I'm a believer that when you pray, you have to keep it in mind that sometimes if you are able and willing to do what it takes to answer your own prayer, I think God wants to answer your own prayer. And there's a good philosophy my dad used to say to me when I was younger, that help those who help themselves. And so I think I genuinely believe that's what God wants from us. And so I seek to fulfill my own prayers if and when I can. And because I'm human, because I'm fallen, and because I'm flawed, I repeat the same things in prayer, not for God, but to remind me. It centers me where I think he wants me to be. And so that's important to me. Oh, here I go on the stream test, proselytizing at the end of the stream. I'm wrapping up. I'm going to start wrapping up right now. You know that? Tomorrow I'm doing Quantum Recall TV live. I'm doing it tomorrow. You can join me on X, Rumble, or YouTube, where I stream live. You can go to this right here. I'll put you up this QR code. Scan on that QR code and you can find out where all my social media handles are. Oh boy. Here we go. And you can follow the show. The show starts at, well, let me put it this way. I will be, if life doesn't go to hell in a handbasket, I will be doing it at 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. So go there, listen to me, join me, talk to me, chat with me, because I would love to start interacting with people on here, as long as it's not mean. And I mean, if you're mean, I'll block you. But so check out quantumrecall.tv. That's the website address, and it has an archive of the stuff I've done, and there's an archive on all those sites where I stream live. I don't know why, I want my Instagram to grow so badly. I really do, everybody. But I'm actually going to cut this off right now. I hope to see you there tomorrow. I enjoyed this. It was all technical tonight, and tomorrow I will be talking about AI again. I'm going to be talking about AI a lot because I want to master this thing. And if you can talk it, you can teach it. And teaching it is the path to mastery. I'm a mid-level intermediate dude about to master this cool thing called AI, yo. Word. All right, everybody. Have a nice day. And for the evening, peace be with you.